Flipside's last match of the season, sitting at 3-3 right now. They got to get this victory if they want to end the season with a positive win record here at 4-3. And Vitality 3-0 right now. They could possibly have their first defeat here against the Flipside, who swept Gale Force earlier. They gave them their first loss. How crazy is that?
Absolutely astonishing, really. I don't think Vitality had any idea that this was going to be the monster of a Flipside team that they'd end up playing.
And the interesting thing is, Flipside, this would be a back-to-back sweeps if they were able to do it here. Last team that did that, Excel, last season. The team that we just saw get swept Envy and Secret back-to-back. So it doesn't happen that often around here, but they could possibly do it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome. And I think for Flipside, that would be the absolute dream after a very, I mean, you can't say it enough, disappointing season last season. I mean, Flipside right now, things can only go up from here.
Man, can you imagine if Flipside ended 2 undefeated streaks in 6 games?
That would be that'd be a heck of a record.
That'd be pretty impressive here. Flipside Tactics in the blue, RENAULT Vitality in the orange. And Flipside going to start things off early with a shot. Fairy Peak saves it on the goal line, and Cookser is right back to where he left off from Series 1, being a monster. The 2 Batmobile, 2 of the best, 2 of the most iconic Batmobile players on the pitch at the same time, Fairy Peak and Cookser 97.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a matchup to be watching today.
Spashy's going to get back in time, play this one away. Cookser was lurking out at midfield for the first defensive miss. He was hoping for a second opportunity there, but not going to happen just yet. This Flipside has been on offense for the majority of game number 1 here. The 30-ish seconds we've played. Freaky now into the corner. Fairy Peak will get a nice pinch out. Mystic not able to quite get up in time. The ball will stay in midfield, but Yukio with the pass up to him. Mystic gets it back into the middle, and Fairy Peak will take it away from Cooks here. A counterattack. Vitality back down the field. Pashy looking to play this one pass, gets it past the defense. The miss there from Freaky. I think he knew he didn't have a shot. It looked well defended, possibly leaving it for Fairy Peak. That first offensive opportunity, scary, but no goal for Vitality.
Yeah, interesting to see. Vitality looks to be sending up Pashy as fast as possible for all of their counterattacks. You see he's actually rushing out before the defender actually gets a good touch.
And for the players that are known as the anchor players on their team, Pashy uses the most boost. Most of the time you see them as the least amount of boost used on the team, but he is the most on Vitality. There with 3:29 left to go, still scoreless in game number 1. Fairy Peak over to the far side. Now following up his own touch, doesn't make contact, fakes one player onto the wall with him. The counter touch was there. Fairy Peak looking to make confusion in net, won't happen, and the ball rolls all the way down. Freaky has to make a stop on the goal line. Mystic pass down to Cookser, holding on to ball control, tries to pass it back up to Mystic, and this one actually is going to touch the corner. Just sit there, and Cookser finishes it off.
No, this is going to be so unfortunate here for Fairy Peak. Look, he's just sitting right on the corner, and he's slowly falling off. Oh, that's just so unfortunate there. Fairy Peak, he was in the right position. He was reading the play, but just getting caught in a bad, honestly, a very awkward position.
You heard them talking about it earlier, and the #1 offense here in Europe is Flipside Tactics after a crazy week last week, and then they continued it in their first series against Gale Force. 2 players with 35% shooting percentage, Yukio and Cookser, up high there, #2 and #3 in Europe. 2.4 goals per game coming into this week. Yukio up onto the backboard. Follow-up from Cookser. Still on the backboard again. No immediate challenge, and the shot from Mystic nearly goes in. Cookser's there on an open net from the double commit. 2-0 Flipside.
Yeah, this pass here from Mystic, it actually ends up pulling out 2 defenders. That first touch, oh, that's just so awkward. Going between both of the players, a big communication error leads to a goal for Flipside.
2:32 left to go here at halftime. Flipside continuing their momentum from earlier today. Can they keep it up for the entire season? Can they keep it for the rest of the series? Can they keep it up in this series? What a save there for Cookser, falling back quickly. Now Mystic. Holding the ball control, he'll leave it for Cookser? No, bit of confusion. They'll actually leave it for Fairy Peak, who plays it all the way into the corner. Yukio trying to get a touch past, and Freaky, what a shot, and what a save from Cookser. A save room medal here in game number 1. So he passes back to Yukio. And the offense from Vitality. There's been good moments, good opportunities, but the defense has been holding on pretty well for Flipside, especially on the goal line, stopping anything that gets into their box.
Yeah, it's looked like Vitality have had a couple opportunities and the clears were working, but their 50-50 game right now is so weak. We see them consistently giving up balls and just bleeding them out to FLIPSID.
Cooks here. It's a savior medal already here in game number 1, number 3 in Europe at 1.95 saves per game. Continuing, he's always been such a strong defensive player. Look at that one past Pashy. Mystic up. Ricky says not today, puts it down. Yukio will leave this one, let Cooksier shoot. Such speed on that. Fairy Peak has to get it away. This one drops back into the box, and Freaky's touch just lofts it. Still in a dangerous place, but there wasn't a follow-up challenge from FLIPSID. Prioritizing defense and just letting Cooksier roam. 3 goals here, a hat trick for Cooksier.
He has a hat trick and a savior medal. It's only 4 minutes into the game. He goes up so fast, one-on-one, Cooksier versus Fairy Peak, and you see he beats him to the ball.
Absolutely.
Just what pace here coming from this FLIPSID team. These guys are playing with some urgency.
Incredible pressure. This FLIPSID just continues to play. 1 minute remaining to follow from Vitality. There's a shot from Pashy and he will score. Great infield pass for surface there by Fairy Peak, and they're on the board.
Yeah, leaving this ball for Fairy Peak. Pashy, you see that wide rotation there. It was a really good shot. Honestly, 138 kilometers an hour is a very fast shot, but you would expect both those defenders, somebody to be able to maybe get a touch.
That's absurdly fast. Freaky with a follow-up. Can they get the second infield pass in a row? This one's just a bit high. What a comeback that would have been, but the counter-attack, Yukio and Cooks are just down the field. Mystic says, here you go, have a ball, boys, and they're off to the races.
And there has just been combinations between every single FLIPSID member. All of the goals scored from Cooks here have been assisted. That's incredible, 4 goals.
Mystic and Yukio 2 apiece there. What a play. Playing like a team and just giving it their master player. Which have definitely cooled off for a while in the past few seasons. But coming out of seasons 1 and 2.
Off. He was just letting the pressure build. Like a giant pressure cooker of goals.
I love that. I love it. He was just saving it up.
Them up.
It's like, oh my goodness. A small touch to possibly get it back to Mystic. Now Pashy down the field. Can he get this one in? Tries to get it past Mystic there. Not able to quite dribble it past the defender. Now Fairy Peak in the air. Going there for Freaky. Now Pashy up. Shot is high. There's nobody in a good position to follow up, but Cooksier doesn't make contact. Fairy Peak will take a shot towards the net. Yukio gets the save, sends it over to the side. With 6 seconds left, up by 3, it's not going to happen here for Vitality. FLIPSID, game number 1, continuing to show dominance here in Europe.
Yeah, dominance is a great way to describe what we just saw. FLIPSID coming out with a game plan and executing it almost to perfection right now. It's just been such incredible play. In particular, we see Yukio as his second man. He has been doing such a good job at really stopping all of the clears here coming from Vitality, stopping just so many of the passing play. He has been incredibly disruptive.
Yeah, it's been amazing to watch FLIPSID just have quite the week here. 4 games straight that they've gotten in a row. Incredible stuff there. And against the 2 undefeated teams. You want to talk about a backloaded schedule. Their last 2 matches, Gale Force and Vitality, and they have yet to drop a game.
Yeah, that's a crazy achievement, especially Vitality. I want to say ever since DreamHack Leipzig, I mean, we saw that was the beginning of them really starting to heat up. It felt like Freaky finally finding a place on the team. I mean, we've heard about Pashy and Freaky talk about, you know, Freaky's just always been a player I want to play with, but it takes time to develop that synergy to you know, get used to your teammates. And I think now, at the time when Vitality are their best, to see FLIPSID come out so strong against them, that just says, I mean, even more great things here about FLIPSID.
For sure. And now, how do they respond? How does Vitality respond in game number 2? They got to do something to stop this FLIPSID rampage. What's happened here in the EU RLCS? Freaky up in the corner. Yukio trying to get a response. Looks are sitting in net. Fairy Peak to try and take a shot. He had a redirect possibility there in the middle from Freaky, but no good on the offense here. The pressure staying on though for Vitality, which is a good improvement from game 1. We saw the vast majority of the pressure on the FLIPSID half. 2 players cost a whiff by Pashy.
And I don't know if you saw that, but Fairy Peak just whipping the ball there. There was actually a huge tumble between two of the FLIPSID players, Mystic and Cucks, just knocking each other over. That was a huge opportunity for them to take that early lead.
Mystic over to the side. Freaky tries to get the dunk. I'm sure we'll be able to keep this one in the orange now. Yukio towards the goal. Fairy Peak with a loft, hunting down Mystic and falling back. Mystic went up the wall. Cookster to get it past that front line. Pashy back into the corner. Cookster's right there. Now Fairy Peak down the field. Long clear. Mystic on the backboard just pops it high. Fairy Peak looking for the pass, but clear comes through from Cooks here, and Yukio with a follow-up. Freaky down the corner. Mystic with a response. Fairy Peak passing. Freaky taking an opportunity to watch, thinking about going up for it. And falling back, respecting the defensive flip side. The ball spending so much time around the edges of the map right now. Very few plays coming out here into the center. Immediately sent back there as they try to get an infield pass going. Infield transition, rather. Freaky past one now. Over to the edge. Pashy sitting in the middle. Moves up, hoping for the pass. Gets it past Mystic, and now Pashy airborne. The 50-50 with Cookster dropping back, and Fairy Peak has an opportunity, but Yukio's got the read more quickly, follows up his own touch, and Freaky has to send it to the side. Pashy back down the field. Yukio playing midline defense. Cookster keeping it in the corner. Freaky back towards Fairy Peak. Now 5 players approaching that corner. Just Mystic over here in the blue. Airborne past 2 players, but he's also outpaced the ball. Has to slow down to get back behind it. Gives Fairy Peak some time. Won't be able to get back in time. Freaky tried to make the stop, but it wasn't there. Just past halftime, we're still scoreless in game 2. This one back in front of the goal. Freaky's not going to miss it. Pulled out 2 defenders, and the third wasn't quite there in time. Well done by Freaky.
Yeah, some pressure that's been building up for honestly quite a while here. That missed touch there from Cuxer, it's going to be punished. Very well done here by all of Vitality. It feels like they've just been teaming, ready to get that goal. Just a couple missed opportunities.
Pashy with the win on the kickoff. Fairy Peak up. The challenge is good. Can he get a second one? No. Yukio sends it away. Vitality scoring here in game. Oh, the follow-up from Freaky, a second one. The defense just grounded from FLIPSID. It is a 2-goal lead for Vitality.
Yeah, this midfield pass there was so good here from Fairy Peak all the way to Pashy. I mean, that not only was it fast, but moving further forward, it really cut off the clear and also gave a very fast counterattack there to Vitality.
And that quick backboard pass, difficult to read whether it's going to waterfall down or whether it's going to bounce out and rebound. You see Mystic not quite able to make the read in time. That leaves an opening for Freaky, and he takes it. Now 2 up, Vitality going to try and make it 3 here. Mystic be able to make contact and get that one far off the backboard. Vitality slowing down FLIPSID for the first time today. So they have yet to score here in game 2. It's Fairy Peak on the wall. Pashy following at midfield. Fairy Peak can get another one here. Pashy can actually pass across, cutting the rotation. Freaky does not make contact. Pashy has to fall back quickly as Cookster moving up. Going to go for the air dribble here. He's got 2 players in net to work with. Pashy's able to get it away. Mystic on the pass back. Cookster will move back. Hopefully screen for Yukio. But the save is there on Vitality side. And they'll hold on to their lead for just a moment. Fairy Peak has to make the last-ditch save. Yukio. In the corner alongside Cooks here. Mystic now. Side, Yukio shot towards net. Freaky and Fairy Peak both up, but the clear is good. Mystic has to fall back. Gets it over the top of front line. Now Yukio, soft touch down. Freaky with a long turn. They'll be able to hold on to this. There's no one to challenge. Mystic takes it away from him. Fairy Peak on the ground with a fake pass. Yukio. Pashy able to get that one on the screen from Fairy Peak. Can he finish this off? No. Mystic will send it up high. 33 seconds remaining. Vitality holding on to this game, punishing a few defensive mistakes and then playing well on the defense on the other end. Slowing FLIPSID down, looking like they'll tie up the series. Yeah,
this series, or this game too, has been very big for Fairy Peak in particular. He has just been a defensive monster, stopping Cucks multiple times.
10 seconds remaining. Have to score right now. Flipside wants a hope. With this clear that Pashy's getting, looking unlikely. They've burned all the time off the clock, and it will hit 0 here. Flipside going to drop a game to Vitality. No double sweep here, but still a good performance in game 1 and a decently close game 2.
Yeah, this game 2 just had really Fairy Peak all over it. I mean, he was huge on defense. There was a moment where for maybe 15 seconds, he almost earned himself a savior medal just because he was moving left and right, consistently trying to get those saves for his team. And I think that he, just as a whole, single-handedly able to stop that Flipside offense.
For sure, and they're able to get this one done. And no goals here for Flipside for the first game of the day. And we saw it didn't feel like there was as many opportunities to score. It didn't feel like they were missing shots. Didn't feel like they were taking their shots in the first place. And it felt to me like the ball was spending so much more time around the edges, especially in the corners, where it's just easy for the defense just to play it away and have it never even cross the box in the first place.
Yeah, well, we saw actually Flipside in particular really lurking around the corners and trying to just get very tiny infield passes, you know, where you're just sitting right in the edges and just try and push it back towards your own side and also off to the middle. It's a little hard to help you guys visualize when I draw with my hands, but
in the sky.
It's just been very difficult, I think, for Flipside to find enough room, enough space in the center of the field, especially because they're so far pushed up. It's made it easier for Vitality to defend.
Vitality able to equalize the series with a win in game 2. Now Freaky. Run to the corner. Pashy going to look for a shot. Defended well. Fairy Peak will flip backwards. Not liking his chances. Choose to opt to move back onto defense. Pashy away from his own goal. You see Freaky on the back line as Pashy gets the dribble play past 1. Mystic takes it away. Fairy Peak lurking in midfield. Blade pass Cookser is just Freaky on this back line. He has to make the stave, and he makes 1, but he can't make 2. Mystic followed him toe-to-toe and is able to get the first goal in game 3.
Yeah, we see him here, just this first touch, not good enough. He doesn't have enough momentum. After he sees Cux get that touch, he's just expecting to get more power on the ball, but not moving fast enough. Great punish there from Mystic.
And Freaky doing the best job he can. He's got 3 Flipside players barreling down on him. There's so many options Cookser has in that moment. Mystic's able to make good on one of them. 1-0 now Flipside. Looking to take the lead in the series. Yukio can't get it past Fairy Peak, who sends it over to Pashy. Cookser into the corner. Fairy Peak with a shot and Cookser with the save. Freaky now following the ball. Back into the middle. Mystic back away. Cookser working underneath. Now following along. Pashy. And Fairy Peak with the pitch. Back down the field into the blue corner. Fairy Peak looking to wrap it around the wall, but Cookser's right there. Ball loses all momentum. Freaky up the challenge to try to get Pashy here. One for those kind of small pass plays you were talking about Flipside going for last game. Will not work out. Yukio gets it over the top of 1. Now seeing if he can get it past Freaky as well. Lobbed it in front of the box. No shooter up for Flipside. And a quick transition here from Vitality all the way back down the field. Mystic has to play it away on his backboard. Follow up here for Fairy Peak. No good. Pashy will put this one in the middle. Fairy Peak slows down. What a fake pass, Yukio. Can he get the second one on Mystic as well? No, Mystic with the tackle. He knew Cookser was coming right behind him. Freaky now, getting to pass Mystic. Cookser's there with a shot towards the net, laid away by Pashy. Defensive Vitality holding on right now. They've yet to be able to score here in game number 3. We've seen 2 minutes go by.
Really good job just controlling all of the attacks here coming from Flipside. You actually see those bumps from Cux on Fairy Peak because he understands just how good of a job they're doing at really limiting them.
Yukio trying to bump Fairy Peak in net this time. Not just Cookser getting involved on the bump game. Will not result in a goal just yet. 2:40 left to go, and Freaky setting up Fairy Peak, getting it past 1. Freaky watching Cookser on the backboard, respecting his positioning, not wanting to overcommit. Now looking for a pass shot there from Pashy. Well done as Freaky finds the top corner.
Yeah, this is about just perfect placement here from Freaky. That self-pass, or not self-passing, that pass there from Pashy off of the ceiling there makes it so difficult. It can't be contested by a defender. They have to go up, just straight up to be able to touch that. So that was a wonderful pass.
The halftime was all tied up in game 3. Ready with the pass across. Pashy's there, but taking his time. Defensive Flipside will be in position by the time he takes the shot. Clear comes through for Cookser. Now Fairy Peak on the wall. Needs to get past 1. Draws up Yukio and Cookser. The clear is not the best yet as Pashy sends another shot in. Yukio finally gets this one away, and the clear comes through as well on the second touch. A savior medal for Yukio here in game 3. This Fairy Peak will take the dribble, gets it past one. Mystic barely gets a wheel onto it, and it's enough. Able to keep this one in the orange over the top of Freaky, and Pashy has to play it out of net. Fairy Peak trying to get that the dunk from Yukio, nearly enough. Mystic plays it across towards Cooks here. Freaky onto the wall, Pashy up, lofting it. Fairy Peak up to try and take a shot. Did Mystic rotate? It'll be Freaky who fell all the way back. Mystic now. Across midfield, Freaky on that far rotation. Easily has a read. That keeps this offensive pressure going for Vitality. So we're looking to take the lead here in game 2, 3. You know, I can count. Fairy Peak. Long Cookser and Mystic both airborne for the same shot. Open up some space on the field. Fairy Peak tries to get it past Yukio, but he's got it. Over to the corner. Approaching this final minute, neither team able to gain an edge on their opponent.
Yeah, and it's that offensive interference that we saw just from Yukio there to cut off those passes that was working so well for Flipside in game number 1, but we haven't seen it work, not executed at least to the same success here in game number 3.
45 seconds remaining. Mystic onto the wall, Freaky coming off. It'll be a one dunk, looking for goalies now. He'll zone Yukio, but it's not enough. Yukio's touch will be soft. Fairy Peak didn't quite have the pass. Out of the corner, it was a good initial push there from Freaky, but with 30 seconds remaining, still looking for that lead. Flipside on the other side. Moving up into the orange. Cookser has this one uncontested. He'll look Yukio to try and pass it back down. There's Freaky. Back on the field, Fairy Peak underneath one. Is it good? No. Cookser puts it above the goal. Yukio demolished in his own half with 10 seconds left. Momentary power play here for Vitality. So Freaky falls back. Plays into the corner. Looking more and more like overtime here in game 3. It will touch there. Game 3 coming down to 1 goal here.
Yeah, and you heard Gibbs earlier, one of those big rules. You do not go to overtime against Flipside.
Fairy Peak up. Cookser onto the corner. Carrying himself. Still holding on the ball control. He's got Mystic in front of him, getting demolished.
Mystic.
It's just enough. He creates the smoke screen, and there's Cookser in overtime for you.
Mystic jumping in front of this player at the last second. Look at him. He sacrifices himself so Cooks can get a very tight shot, actually, but a great shot nonetheless from Cooks.
It's just going for the goalie. No matter how it goes. No matter how it goes is enough there. Witness Mystic. And he sacrifices himself. Cookser makes the goal and just continues his streak of being the most clutch overtime player we know.
And if you're Vitality in that situation, you're sitting in net, you recognize that you need to challenge a ball because Cookser is dribbling towards you with honestly an able shot. And Mystic comes out of nowhere and just jumps in front of you. There's nothing you can do. He even got bumped away from the ball. That was just, I mean, what a play there from Mystic. Totally selfless.
Yeah, there's not very many situations in Rocket League where you say, like, situationally you need to expect him to make the shot. But I think Cookser dribbling in overtime might be one of them. So it was a good attempt by Freaky, and I have to engage this one. But the moment I saw Mystic in front of Cookser, I'm like, I think this is probably going to happen no matter what. He's got a linebacker in front of him, a fullback just to go up and just mess with the goalies. If that's all Cookser needs to feel completely comfortable to never miss that shot.
And that was a huge series as far as momentum goes within this match. I mean, Flipside were really beginning to struggle there at breaking down Vitality. We saw Vitality just clearing the ball with ease multiple times. We even saw Vitality getting bumped quite a bit, and it didn't even upset them. We saw Fairy Peak bumped all the way out of his own goal, past the halfway line. He didn't even bat an eye.
Absolutely, these guys, incredible. And what a low-scoring game as well. You want to just bring up some more statistical things. Second best in the league is Vitality at 1.57 goals allowed per game. They've kept these games so low-scoring. For sure every game has been 2-1. These guys here going into game 4.
Whoa, off the crossbar there. Pashy.
Be this. There we go. Fairy Peak won't miss that one. They're able to clear out all the goalies, get the crossbar, and Fairy Peak with the finish. Yeah,
it was that first touch there from Freaky. That comes off the crossbar, and it's such an awkward read there for the defenders. You see them confused, both of them going up, a communication error, and that's all it takes, just one of those passes for them to be able to work that over-rotation, that over-commitment into a lead.
Important touch for Vitality as well. Important goal. They need the win here. They want to see game 5, which they need. Now Freaky towards the goal. Mystic, does he have the altitude? He does. Over to the corner. Fairy Peak keeps the pressure on, though. Putting it over to the corner. Quickster won't make contact. Tries to fall on top of Pashy, but it's no good. So coming off the wall. Pass Freaky. What a touch from Quickster. Down the field. Can he finish this off himself? Not quite getting around the post, but Mystic's there. Fairy Peak just had to make the last-ditch throw-in effort to make sure that Quickster didn't make the shot. Mystic has an open net to shoot at.
This shot actually was still possible, but I do like seeing Cux go for it early. It also makes it easier on whoever's rebounding it. They have more time to react and to reposition themselves. So I think that was a great decision there from Cux here. And
it forces Fairy Peak just dive for the shot, which leaves the net wide open there. So he doesn't make the touch. And the initial counterattack from Cookster to get that much speed on the ball coming out of his own corner. And immediately tie up this game. Flipside having the week of their lives here. It's Fairy Peak. Middle looking for Pashy. Now Pashy with a nice read onto the backboard. Cookster's got it back into the corner. Fairy Peak will be uncontested to this ball. Freaky, round 1. You go out. Cookster now, again, unchallenged in the midfield. And is there anybody going to make this a net? He misses the shot. The goal was open. The defenders were out for boost. They expected their front line on the other corner. Able to play it away, but Cookster misses the shot. 3:27 left to go, and we're still tied up.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit unexpected for both Cux and for the defenders. None of them really expecting it to just be wide open.
Mystic in the corner here. Fairy Peak with 1 dunk, but can't get 2. Tries to find Yukio in net, but the follow-up doesn't come through fast enough. Yukio recovers just fine. Now Freaky down towards Pashy. Up, back towards Freaky. He's able to get it past 1. 3v2 for a moment, Fairy Peak. Just trying to stall that decision long enough to force the decision out of the defender. Now with 2:48, Freaky in the corner. Able to get it back out to midfield, but Pashy alone in the backfield with Cooks here trying to get the dunk. Won't happen as Pashy gets it past. Freaky over the side. Cooks here now into the corner. Yukio up. Nobody real present in net. Freaky has to come sideways from the corner. Makes the play away before the shot could materialize. Now underneath Mystic. Mystic gets it into the corner. Trying to roll it past Freaky, but it goes back into the corner once more. Now finally out, the block is not there. It looked like Freaky got a foot onto it, but Cookster says not today.
Yeah, this is a lot of pressure coming from this Flipside team. That's 3 players basically on that back line there. That is a huge overcommitment there. I mean, it worked out, but what a risk there from Flipside. And with so much time left in the match, I don't think Vitality were expecting that.
And Vitality now needing to find the lead back. Down a game. Flipside at 2 games here. A win here gives it to Flipside. Freaky, an excellent shot. Can Yukio get back in time? No. Freaky with a brilliant shot from midfield, tying it right back up.
Yeah, this is a wonderful clear here. I mean, just look at the power on that shot. Nobody who can get to it.
A bunch of 2s on the scoreboard.
Yeah, a whole bunch of 2s.
Nice and symmetrical as well. Mystic on kickoff alongside Fairy Peak. Neutral to the side. Pashy up. Ball still sitting, just moving laterally at midfield. Cookster and company needing to find 1 more goal. They want to get the win here in game 4. Yukio keeps it in his corner. Pashy up on the wall. And a teammate underneath him. So tight offensive positioning. Mystic and Cooks are able to hold on to ball control, push it all the way into the orange corner. Fairy Peak's there now up to Pashy. Intercepted by Yukio, back into the corner. Follow-up 2 whiffs there. As is common, usually 1 player whiffing, the other player trying to get the read. He'll also miss. Now back down to the corner. Freaky with the pinch out. Pashy tries to get it, but the rebound well read by Flipside. 1:15 left on the clock. Fairy Peak wrapping it around, picking up their boost. Now back up the corner. Slow play from Fairy Peak, but effective at getting in front of the box. Pashy has an opportunity to shoot, and Freaky coming in. The defenders just trying to read what's given to them, and luckily the shot is low enough. They're able to make the block. Now the counterattack down the field. Flipside, they take it towards the net. Fairy Peak makes it on the goal line, and we keep going. Pashy in the corner on the counterattack. Cookster plays it away. Freaky lurking in midfield. Able to engage this one off of Yukio. Mystic off of his backboard. Pashy's there. Up towards Fairy Peak. Airborne, can he finishes off himself? He draws up Cookster, and it's just Yukio down on the ground. The players all bounce off each other. Can Pashy get this in? No, Yukio comes in from the side. He recovered in time. And what an amok defense, just a complete swap there in front of the goal, but nobody's able to find a way through.
Yeah, Cuck's just dropping out of there onto that ball made it so difficult for Vitality to set up a shot. Nobody saw Cuck's just dropping.
Oh, and Freaky, no, his shot is wide. It does not go in. With 10 seconds left, the ball has just been glued to this backboard of Flipside, but they can't make it go in front of the net. Freaky trying to get it away. It's not there. Mystic could possibly dribble this one away. He's got Cookster with him alongside. Now full boost as well. They can definitely get this out, but they have had time for Vitality to fall back on defense, and they will put it into the ground. Overtime, though, against Flipside Tactics, they could finish it off right here on Utopia.
And you know they want to. This is potentially the last game of their league play in Season 5. You know that they want to take it off with a win.
Freaky down. Yukio into the corner. Falling along, gets the dunk on one. Fairy Peak and Freaky both challenging, and now it's Cookster in the corner. Plays the ball around. Freaky's able to add pace to it, play it out to Pashy, and get the transition. Moving up. Grabbing the boost in the corner. Fairy Peak now. Freaky moving up aggressively. Then falling back on the touch from Yukio. Plays it straight back to the rookie. Fairy Peak back out to Freaky. Quick plays to give it back out to midfield. There's Cooks here. Pashy in the corner. All the way down. Mystic and Yukio resetting on defense. Mystic trying to set it up for his teammate. Yukio gets it past one. Yukio leading the charge during this offense, or during this overtime, over and over again for Flipside. Pashy, he'll find Freaky. Back pass here from Freaky. Fairy Peak up into the corner. Across the field, Yukio versus Pashy. Yukio wins the second touch. That challenge going his way. Now Freaky back, getting the dunk on Cooks here. It's just Mystic in the back, and he'll play it into the corner. But his teammates come in behind him. Drop it back down, Fairy Peak to try and take a shot. Pashy lurking so far, Freaky lurking so far back. Not one to fall prey to a fluke pinch. Have that end this series.
And this pressure here from Vitality, they have already 11 shots compared to Flipside 6. They're just unable to get one in.
And there's so much of that carrying over from the end of regulation as well. A demolition on the goalie. Can Freaky make the shot? It's just a bit high. Can he double tap it? No, he is out of boost, and Cookster plays it to the side. Fairy Peak now keeping the pressure on. The clear is just not there for Flipside right now. The pressure continues to mount, and there's the dunk. Fairy Peak, the other Batmobile player, coming up clutch for the overtime win.
Yeah, what a shot this is from Fairy Peak. He has just been going around waiting for his shot opportunity, and you see he recognizes Cuck's gonna get to this ball first. He just boosts himself off to the side, going for that dunk. Great job there from Fairy Peak.
Fairy Peak says, I don't care about the rules of Rocket League. I'll have to go to overtime against Cookster here. He gets the win, and we go to Game 5. Champions Field inbound. 14 shots from Vitality. You called it out. Holy cow.
It was 11 just a second ago. I mean, they really were laying on that pressure. And I think their issue mostly came from the shot selection, just not really powerful shots. It was mostly dropping that ball in from above. Those are just not quick enough.
9 saves. 9 saves Flipside had to put up there. 4 from the rookie Yukio, 3 from Mystic, and 2 there from Cookster, who's currently at number 3 on saves per game at 1.9. So everybody having to get involved on the defense here. So much pressure from Vitality. Do you think that that's the key for victory here as they move into Game 5, or is there something else that Vitality needs to be playing against with Flipside?
I think it is pace. I think they played very well. It was a game number 2 where we saw them just really up the ante as far as how fast they were playing, and it worked out so much better for them. I think that one of their big issues is they get, stuck into themselves on defense, and they don't really rush and pressure Flipside that much. With Yukio being so aggressive, I think it's important.
Well, it's Game 5 inbound here. Moving on to Champions Field. Cookster's got his name on a banner up here. Everybody else still looking for that title of world champion. 5 minutes to determine it all. Unless we go to overtime for the 3rd time this series, I wouldn't put it past these teams. Flipside playing like a different team here. Week 4. Saw Freaky and Pashy both jump there, anticipating the need to engage that ball. Back down. Now Mystic. Rolling across. Fairy peek in the corner past one. Falling down. It'll be Yukio taking it away. Finds Cooks here, sets it up in the midfield. And a double commit in the midfield defense for Vitality. The ball ends up in the corner here. Cookser's got that one. It'll be Fairy peek back out. Back pass, Yukio onto the backboard. Mystic lurking in the middle. So he can find his teammate. Cookser now setting it back up. Where's the shot? Mystic trying to drop it in. An excellent shot there, but Fairy peek does get it away. What a save indeed. Pashy down. And Mystic off the wall. Hold on to this. Nice flip to set up Cookser here. Does this go in? No, so close. I wanted to see a replay on that pass. Freaky up. Now, Mystic off of his own backboard. This ball spending so much time lofted in the air. Cookser had an open net to shoot at, but didn't quite find the angle. Fairy peek dropping back down. Pashy rotating onto defense. Pinching it off of Cooks here.
What a save!
Neutral touch. Fairy peek. Getting that one away. Bringing out of the backboard and Yukio to play it. Out towards Mystic. Transition, gets the challenge as well, and now into the corner, gets the boost grab. Yukio doesn't have the follow-up. Cookser will have to play it away. Now into the corner once more. Cookser working alongside his teammates. Mystic to take a shot, and Fairy peek catches the post and then just rolls on to save the ball. What a play. And there's finally the finish. So much pressure from Flipside. Cookser scores it first.
Yeah, I really actually didn't expect this one to go on in. That first touch here from Cooks, it just doesn't seem freaky already mid-air. I mean, yeah. Cooks really threatening the needle there.
There was a lot of pressure. Oh my goodness. Finally, we see Vitality able to get it. Their defense cracking. Flipside gets the lead here in Game 5. Flipside, can they knock off a second undefeated team? They've been this close a few times in this series. And we saw there in Game 4, they concede the lead and then lose it in overtime. Need more than just the one-goal lead. Now Freaky. Up airborne, shot towards the net. Won't happen this time. Demolition on Yukio. Mystic and Cookser, bit of a double commit there. Now Yukio in his corner, the long shot here. Can Yukio get back? What a play, using all of his initial boost just to get back and make that save. Brilliant plays there from Yukio.
Yeah, he's also dodging a demo at the same time there. That was a wonderful defensive play there coming out of Yukio.
Brilliant recognition by Vitality to realize we got an open net here. If we just boom this one down the field, we could possibly make that shot happen. Cookser. Over the top, Mystic. In the corner, it'll be Pashy coming off. Trying to play it back down towards his teammates. Freaky over one. Fairy peek lurking underneath. Thinks about moving to the corner, but then falls back. Pashy with the rolling shot. Yukio just slams on his brakes, plays it up high, and then tries to carry it out.
What a save!
Mystic saving it away. Cookser across midfield. And decent initial clears coming through from Flipside, but there's no immediate transition. Followed it up, no follow-up pressure. That's just giving the ball all the way right back down the field. Vitality feeling very comfortable to get the counter clear. Now this one lofty towards the goal. Yukio again with a save. Fairy peek putting some pressure on, and Freaky trying to force the goalies to make the perfect play. Cookser does. It goes out to his corner.
And again, another hard clear. We've seen so many of these coming from Vitality. They're working out great, but Flipside's just been happy to sit back. I think if you're Vitality here, you really need to work for that demo. Let that long clear do the work, and maybe also work as a shot for you at the same time.
They need to find counter pressure. Possibly the power play would be the way to do it. Yukio getting it past Fairy peek and to take a shot towards the net. This one just a bit high. Freaky wasn't in the best. He was over on the side. He couldn't. He limited the shooting opportunities, but still that upper corner shot from Yukio. Good placement. They're holding on to this lead, and it finally goes in. This one going through after demolishing Pashy as well. 35 seconds left. Flipside's looking good.
This was a great initial first touch from Pashy. I mean, it was just the follow-up that was way too slow. He didn't expect Yukio to just come and challenge him in his face, and I mean, for FLIPSID, that's what it's all about. This is their last game of the league play, and they're playing like it.
They're trying to get this win. What a story for FLIPSID. With 30 seconds remaining, Freaky makes a save, but it's still dangerous. Fairy Peak will get it away, and they need goals. They have to get this down and score quickly. They want to be able to tie this up. Pashy looking for the pass, but it's past him. It's Freaky. It's just a bit too hard. Faking out Yukio. Pashy with a loft, and with 9 seconds remaining, the ball just spending so much time. No follow pressure. Pashy getting bumped away. Mystic will just kill this on the ground. He says, I'll take this win. If it's the last thing I do, the clock hits 0. It's not going to happen. FLIPSID knocking out 2 undefeated teams on the day. What a performance.
Yeah, I mean, are we ever going to have an undefeated team?